Hello YouTube, welcome back to another episode of Driving Up Stocks. Okay, that was terrible. I do want to apologize in advance. I may talk a little bit fast in this video. Reason being, I want to keep the time down. I don't want to drag this out to like 15 or 20 minutes, but I do have quite a bit I wanted to go over. First off, where are we at? What are we on for our Robinhood update? We're on, what, episode 27? Wow, man, it is going crazy. Oddly enough, this would be episode 27, and I also just, the other day, got my 27th subscriber. So thank you all out there. I got about 5 subscribers over the course of 24 hours. So evidently, word's getting out there, so keep putting that word out there. Make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Please do. We appreciate those subscribes. We appreciate when you hit that like button, leave a comment. That does help us out in the algorithms, moves us up on the searches. So thank you for all of that. So getting right back into it, ending the trading day on Wednesday, we were at $199.77. So we were just shy of that $200 mark. Full disclosure, I did get over 200 during the day, so it was a very good day. But it did drop down a little bit by the end of close, and some of that had to do, I think there was a dip on the cryptocurrencies, if I remember correctly. The 4 cryptos that I'm in all kind of had a slight dip right at the end of the trading day, which I'll kind of go a little bit more on that one. So we did sell out, just an update, we did sell out of the Naked brand, which it was pretty obvious it wasn't going to hit that limit sell that I set, which I think I set at like 75 cents. I did sell out at, I believe I got 63 cents a share, so we made $1.26 off of that one. So that was about a $3 loss on that one for us. So, but we are out of that one. That one was my baby. That was the one that I was really emotionally invested in. And it was just dragging us down. You got to call a dog when you see it, and I'll admit that stock was a dog for me. But that one's out of our life. Moving on. Positive vibes now. Did I pick anything else up? No. I did after the end of trading yesterday. What did I trade? Amneal. I believe I traded my Amneal Pharmaceuticals, if I'm not mistaken. That one had gone up quite a bit. That was one that I got off a referral. It had a pretty significant dip, went back up, started to dip again, and I said, you know what? I've said from the start when I discussed it, when I got the Amneal and what's the other one? Corbius. When I got those two as referrals, I said they weren't ones I was going to hang on to. I was just going to see where they went and then sell out at some point. So I did sell out. So by the end of the day yesterday, I did sell a little bit of my crypto. It went up and started to drop back down. So I thought it was a good sell point. So I did sell out of that. So at the end of the trading day yesterday, I did have just shy of $11 of buying power. I looked around to see if there was anything I wanted to pick up. I did have a couple of my dividend stocks that were on a dip, but I was like, I want to wait because I want to make sure there's no news out there, because that's where I got burned a couple times. Is, even though a stock was at a good buy-in point, I went ahead and got it, and then realized later that there was news that hit that same day, and I just hadn't read it yet, that would cause the stock to dip. So I wanted to avoid that mistake again. So I didn't buy into anything. So normally this story I'm about to share with you, I would save for my next video because it happened at the end of the trading day. So typically I would roll that into my end of the week update, but it's just too funny to not share right now. So late last night, I was literally in bed, just doing a little bit of reading before I went to sleep. Popped on the Robinhood app. Cryptocurrencies, all 4 that I was in, 3 out of the 4 had a huge run up real late last night around 2 a.m. And this coincided with me suddenly out of nowhere going from I'm not really ready to go to sleep, I want to do a little bit of research and read, to I am absolutely exhausted. So you might know where this is going. So I went ahead, I had that $10 in there, and I'm like, I'm going to buy this on a run up. I bought Dogecoin, and I believe did I get Bitcoin Cash? Oh, it might have been Ethereum Classic and some Litecoin. I split it up between the three, if I'm not mistaken. No. It was the Ethereum Classic, I believe it was, and the Dogecoin. I split it up between those two. They were on a very nice run up. I thought it was going to keep going up, and then I'd sell out just in case, because I knew I was getting very tired. I did set a limit sell about the point where I thought if it did stop going up, that's where it was going to be at. Excuse me, I could see like a fuzz in my glasses, and it bothered me. It was many problems. Okay, anyhow, I just kind of picked where it looked like it was going to stop going up, if it did stop going up, or where I could live with myself if it just kept going up, to sell out. Man, I'll bet I barely hit send on my limit order before I just completely passed out. I wake up this morning, all the cryptos had like tanked. I mean, they're not tanked, but they all dipped a lot. Now, I'm not in panic mode on that. Reason being, what I've kind of noticed in the couple weeks that I've been messing with the cryptos or experimenting with the cryptos, at the close of trading on Friday, those tend to start going up more and more. And as I mentioned in previous videos, I'm attributing that to you get your people that still want to trade even though the markets are closed. So that's when they flip from their stocks over to the crypto, to kind of give them things to do and keep trading and keep their mind sharp over the weekend. So I'm not in a real panic, and it didn't drop down far enough to panic anyhow. It's just I was expecting to get in and out of that pretty quick. Unfortunately, bonehead, I fell asleep. So yeah, missed out on that really good opportunity there, but I'm still confident I'll end up making out on the deal. I am still up on, even though I bought in at higher amounts yesterday, overall I am still up on all four of those positions, except Doge. I am down on Doge because where I originally bought in at the last time, I bought like 400 shares, I think, and it was trading at like 3 thousandths of a cent, 3.1, 3.2, something like that, and it dropped, and it hasn't hit that since. So that one I'm down a little bit on, but I'm way up on the other ones to offset that. Real quick, want to talk about Sprint. I have one share of Sprint in my portfolio. I got that also as a referral. I believe I've touched on at least one other video that I've just been hanging on to that recently because I was going to trade out of it because it started to dip down. It was down under $5, but I was kind of hanging out because I didn't pay for it anyhow. I mean, it was a referral. I mean, I put work in for it, you know, doing some networking to try to get that, pick up that referral. So that is work that I put into it, but I didn't physically pay any money for that one. So I wasn't really worried about where it was going. But they've been in the news a lot the past few months. They're trying to work out a merger with T-Mobile, and I wanted to see where that played out, how that played out, where that went. That the biggest hurdle they had against the merger, the judge ruled in their favor, and that stock price went from like $4.87 up to, I think this morning it was even up to $8.71. So making out on that one, so I'll keep an eye on that one. That thing starts to dip, we'll get the heck out of that one. But that's an update if you had Sprint. If you have Sprint, I'm sure you know that's why it skyrocketed, but if you didn't know why it skyrocketed, that's why. The other thing I wanted to touch on before I get out of here, Robinhood fractional shares. There hasn't been a lot of news. I think I mentioned in my last video, I did mention in my last video that I am new to Twitter, so I've been following them on Twitter. There was a couple posts yesterday, some people showing screenshots where they are now off of that waiting list. Now this waiting list for fractional shares, it didn't have the clicks like the cash management did. It was just, they said, hey, if you refer people, that'll move you up on the list or whatever. Well, there are people now that said you are no longer on the list, fractional shares are available to you. So obviously they're starting to roll that out. So looking to see some news, but they haven't had it on their website, their blog posts, their Facebook, nothing. They really haven't had any news. It's just, again, been these people sharing their screenshots. So I'm sure we'll be seeing emails and things in the next week, coming weeks. So hopefully we get some official word on that, more of a timeline what else? One other thing, cash management. Where I'm at on cash management, I know it sounds like they're rolling more out. Sounds like when you get down to the top 10, you don't necessarily have to click your way to number 1, because another YouTuber that I follow just got his card. He said he hit the top 10 and then all of a sudden got a notification that you're no longer on the waiting list. You're active for your cash management. So I'm currently sitting at 51,000 on the waiting list. As I've mentioned, it's been really spotty how many places you are automatically moved up by Robinhood, because they were opening up to like 3,500 spots a day, down to 1,500. Yesterday, there was one day this week, I think Tuesday, I didn't get moved up at all other than my 1,000 clicks. The next day it was like 2,500, and another day, yesterday, I think it was only like 1,500 or 2,000. So really hit or miss and sporadic how many spots you move up. Kind of odd in my opinion. I've said that like every video I talk about it, but I have about 51,000. So that's our update on cash management. Hopefully here in the next couple weeks, if they're moving me up at least 1,500 along with my 1,000 clicks, what does that put us here? Probably maybe 2 weeks out, we should be at that top spot, and then we'll be doing an update video on that. And when we get our card, of course, we will do an unboxing, because if you have not seen any videos, look that up. I mean, that's a pretty sweet little package. They bring that in, it, you know, kind of accordions out or whatever. It's kind of a neat little package that card comes in. So check those out if you haven't seen one of those videos, but those are pretty slick. Can't wait to get mine, get started on cash management. So again, thank you for your time. Thank you for the support. Again, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like this video. Throw us down in the comments. Let us know what you think of our content. If there's anything you'd like to see. There are a couple projects. I've had a request to do like a candlestick breakdown. I will get to that. I often talked about long lost dividend video. That will be coming up. I've got things sketched out for that. But that will be about it for our update today. Again, I apologize for the length, and I tried to talk fast to kind of cut down on some of the time, because I didn't want this thing drug out to 20 minutes, because I don't want to tie up that much of your time, especially since it's just me rambling on. I don't, do a lot of visuals that often. Like I said, we mostly just drive up stocks. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. We'll see you next time. And remember, we always appreciate you. Thank you, YouTube.